According to a recent Goldman Sachs survey, 68% of small businesses say they are already using AI, with another 9% planning to begin using it within the next year. And just last month in March, Anthropic, the company behind Claude AI, released the finding of its study on the theoretical impact of AI on different labor markets in the future. You probably saw this graph floating around showing the sectors with jobs that AI could theoretically cover. And according to this study, the most exposed roles are in computer programming, customer service, data entry, and financial analysis. Now look, I completely get it. This mass adoption of AI has really helped create the perfect storm of anxiety and widespread fear about AI taking our jobs. And ironically, about 60% of white-collar tech workers believe their jobs and entire teams could be replaced by AI within the next 3 to 5 years. Yet they still use AI at least once per day. I know all of this can feel kind of horrifying when you think about your future, your job security, and your livelihood. But listen, I gotta be totally honest with you. Just like anything, if you are looking for reasons to reinforce this belief and buy into this doom and gloom narrative, you will find them. Because the truth is, what I'm actually seeing and what I'm actually hearing when I talk to real business owners and copywriters about what they are seeing right now, they are telling me the exact opposite. And most importantly, there is data that actually shows what's happening with AI is completely opposite. So again, just like anything, if you are looking for proof to reinforce a belief, you will find it. So let's zoom out a little and stop doom spiraling and look at what's actually happening with AI right now and how you, as a marketer, as a copywriter, as a creative, as someone with a big ol' human brain, can actually leverage AI to get ahead. And that is what this video is about. Because I believe that business owners are not done hiring humans. And yes, while some are choosing to replace humans with AI, the vast majority of businesses and brands are not. In fact, according to the same Goldman Sachs survey on AI adoption, about 80% of small businesses using AI said they're using it to enhance, not replace their workforce. And get this, nearly 40% of them are actually creating new roles and more jobs because of AI. Even Anthropic's economic index, which is based on the analysis of over 4 million conversations, shows that the majority of AI conversations are currently augmenting human workers, not fully replacing them. Now, while there has been a surge, of course, in businesses turning to AI to create content and write, I really believe that pendulum is already swinging back to human in a big, big way. And check this, Originality.ai recently did a study showing that over 50% of long-form content on LinkedIn is now written by AI, with 107% increase in post length. So we're talking just like more shitty content and longer shitty content. But sure, you could let that headline scare you into thinking that copywriting and human forms of art and creativity are dead or dying, or you can think about it the other way, because context matters. You guys, people are already sick and skeptical of AI slop, and big brands and marketers are already going to great lengths to prove that they are not AI, to get ahead of that consumer skepticism and labeling content that doesn't use AI. The truth is, AI is making human voices, perspectives, opinions, and insights more valuable than ever before. And there has never been a better time to level up your creative writing, your critical thinking, and your storytelling skills. Yes, my friends, welcome to video 3 of my 3-part series on AI and the future of writing. In this video, I am sharing real conversations that I've recently had with real business owners and real copywriters and marketers about why businesses are still choosing to hire humans and not use AI for everything, and exactly how you should position yourself as a copywriter in this age of AI everything. This message needs to be heard by every single copywriter, marketer, and creative far and wide. So do me a favor and help spread the message by giving me a thumbs up below and maybe send it to a copywriter or marketer or business owner that you know. And if you missed video 1 or video 2 of this series where I talk about my 3 rules for how to win with AI as a writer in 2026 and the writing jobs that AI will never replace, make sure you check those out after this video. I will link them in in the description box below for you to check out next. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff. It really helps my videos get seen. Now, let's get into it. This entire series was actually sparked by a single conversation that I had inside my mastermind, Rain. A business owner popped a question into the group that sparked some seriously juicy conversation with the copywriters and marketers in the group. She asked, what is your competitive advantage? Why should people hire you for 5 to 6 figures versus utilize AI? Now, as I said, this question sparked a really amazing conversation where the copywriters and the marketers and the CMOs and the other business owners in the group chimed in with their perspectives. Now, many of these people, by the way, are working with some of the biggest names in the industry. Now, of course, if these businesses wanted to, they could fire all their human copywriters and marketers and invest in training AI and put all that money they save from payroll into AI written ads that direct to AI written sales funnels, and boom, they have it. Yet they are still choosing to work with humans, which begs the question, of course, why, right? Why? If a business can pay a fraction of the price, free, really, for an AI tool to spit out a landing page in 5 seconds flat, why would they ever pay more money for a human to do it? Well, of course, the insights my mastermind members shared were so good, and I'm gonna share the entire conversation with you in just a minute, including what I had to say about all of this. But first, I honestly thought this conversation was so valuable that I decided to take it public, and I posted to LinkedIn so I could hear from even more business owners and copywriters. So here's a screenshot of what I asked. I said, question, if AI can write a landing page in 10 seconds, then why are businesses still hiring copywriters and marketers? I'm gathering intel for an upcoming video and I want your take. What made you or your clients choose human over AI? What frustrates you most about using AI for content? And what would you never outsource to AI? I know what I would say, but here are some of the responses. This one says, with 9+ years as a content strategist, I can confidently say AI writes fast, but it never learned what to leave out. The job was never writing it. It was knowing what to cut, what to say first, and what the buyer needs to hear before they even know they need it. Yes, I freaking loved this answer, and it actually reminded me of this article that I recently read in AI for Leaders. The article talks about how storytellers are becoming a premium in the tech world, with companies actively seeking them out and paying big, and I mean big bucks for the humans who can fill these roles. So I love the way it explains it. It says the reason is simple. AI makes it easier to build products, ship features, and publish content at speed. It does not, however, increase people's appetite for more information. It fills the market with more garbage, which raises the value of people who can explain what deserves attention. That shifts the scarce skill from production to interpretation. A team can release 10 features in a day, but customers still need context, relevance, and a clear reason to care. This is why the premium role is not really writer in the narrow sense. It is the person who understands the product, the business, and the customer, and then connects all three. Boom. And that, my friends, is something that only a human can do. And another commenter on LinkedIn said this, it still takes time to write a prompt that works, and some business owners don't have time for that either. That's why I still get hired. Exactly, right? Everyone is now talking about how AI can replace writers, and no one is stopping to ask the question, but who is the one training and running the AI? Because yes, someone still has to dedicate time to learning how to use it effectively, training it, prompting it, analyzing it, what it creates, tweaking, editing, cutting, revising, all the things we've been talking about, right? The reason 90% of business owners hire copywriters and marketers is because they don't have the time to dedicate to learning the art of persuasion and perfecting their marketing strategies themselves and knowing really what should be included and what shouldn't. If they didn't have time to do that before, they still aren't going to do it now. And blindly trusting AI to get it right is a huge problem, which means they still need to hire someone to do it for them, whether that involves AI or not. Now, another commenter said this, freelancer turned agency copywriter here. Here's what we've experienced for choosing humans over AI. The AI can write all sorts of stuff, and some of it may even be better than hot garbage. But it's the human that has the lived experience to identify what's actually good and what will actually get results. It's human insight that can tease out nuanced ideas and distill them into a meaningful asset. Regarding what is most frustrating about AI for content, with prompting, training, editing, context, and hallucinations, it's the same amount of work to just write the dang thing. Ain't that the truth? Helpful for brainstorming, but in testing, I found the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. I absolutely love that point and that analogy. Yes, it is the human who has the lived experience to identify what is actually good. Are you noticing a trend here? Because here's the thing about AI. No matter how impressed our human brains might be at AI's sheer speed, the truth is that AI is just a giant prediction machine. It has no soul, it has no consciousness, it has no lived experience. It can mimic those things, but that is all it's doing. It is mimicking human behavior, human content, human words based on what it thinks should come next. It is a giant predictor tool, that is it. I love this quote from Neil Patel. AI doesn't create originality. It creates the statistical average of the internet. Ew. Right? Tell me one business that is striving to be statistically average. Yeah. It is our soul, our lived human experience that helps us to really understand each other on some level that goes so much deeper than just the words we see. AI will never be able to truly nail the thing that makes us humans, right? Whatever that might be, we can feel it. We can feel the meaning, the context, the experience behind the words that we write. I truly believe that. I love this LinkedIn comment as well. Had a client last month who tried AI for their email launch, got a response rate of almost 0. One rewrite later, completely different result. The words were similar, but the understanding behind them wasn't. Yep. AI will always leave you feeling like something is missing because not all words are made equal, right? And that's because something is missing. And we might not be able to put our finger on it exactly when something feels off, especially if we're just reading one thing in isolation. But every single one of us knows that something is missing, something doesn't quite fit, or something doesn't feel right, especially when we zoom out and we look at an entire funnel or campaign or strategy. And that is what will always need a human touch to create a marketing experience from the first touch point to the final sale, if we're talking about sales copywriting. And honestly, the business owners who did jump on that AI hype train 2 years ago are very quickly learning this lesson the hard way. Take a look at this article from ABC News. It says companies that ditch their copywriters may be experiencing the detrimental consequences of having too much faith in AI. Freelancers report old clients getting back in touch and admitting the bot's copy wasn't up to scratch. Yeah, no. I've noticed a swing back to copywriters. An MIT study published last month suggested AI won't replace as many jobs as predicted by studies in 2023. And honestly, that is what I'm hearing from businesses who post on our job board. They come back after maybe letting a copywriter go going, I think I might have overdone it. I'm over relying on AI and I really need a human back in here to get rid of all this chat GPT speak. So back to the original question at hand. Why do businesses still hire copywriters? Well, here's what my mastermind members had to say about this conversation. I would say the done for you aspect of it. Even though many people will use AI, they still have to know the right questions to ask, as well as still edit the AI outputs in most cases. Also, as a copywriter, I bring my marketing strategies and experience along with non-predictive writing skills. Again, you can get AI to help with strategy, but not if you don't have a clue what to ask it. Well said. Another one of my mastermind members said, no matter how many prompts and info you give AI, it still cannot capture the humanness of it all. Having the machine is great, but you need someone to operate it and drive and fix it when it's broken or doesn't give you the results you want. Companies that are more interested in saving a few bucks will absolutely go with AI versus paying a copywriter. But the ones who choose to invest in their business end up creating trust with customers because everyone is so sick of AI. And another said, I started using Cowork for project management this weekend, and within a day, it's running so seamlessly. But when I try to use it for content, I want to throw it at the wall. I just don't find it can write me good content. So at the moment, I'm viewing it as saving me time in other places that come easily, which means I can take on more strategy and have margin there and then hire someone for copywriting. And another member said, I've had so many conversations with business owners who feel more confused than ever about what they should be doing with copy. On a discovery call last week, a client called her email strategy a black box. She's sending them, but has no idea if they're making a difference and why they are not converting. She doesn't have the time or expertise to figure out why, and she's too close to what she does. But she also knows she can't grow and hit her targets if she doesn't increase her conversions. Another client told me he hired me because their copy is too high stakes to be leaving to AI. They're putting a ton of ad spend behind these campaigns, so they need to know they'll have ROI. And you do that by hiring an expert who's done it over and over again in other businesses. And another said, copywriters spend all day analyzing copy across multiple niches and clients. So we see these AI patterns play out everywhere. A business owner only writing their own copy with AI doesn't see this. And so they think their copy is great, not realizing that it's the same thing everywhere. You heard it here, folks. As a copywriter, as a marketer, what is your competitive advantage? Why should a business owner hire you over going directly to AI? The answer is simple: quality control, strategy, and ownership. As a copywriter, knowing what is good marketing and bad marketing is your expertise. You do this all day, every day. It's your job to spot copy that sucks, and most importantly, how to fix it, tweak it, and make it better so that it does convert. As a copywriter, you've been trained on how an entire marketing funnel works together. You understand the big picture, you understand strategy, and how all the pieces fit together to guide a campaign and a customer throughout the buying journey. As a copywriter, you can help clients get fast results with AI, but they need you to turn the words AI spits out into a message that connects with their audience. All of this takes time, expertise, and a human who knows what they are doing. That is my belief. That is what I shared with my mastermind members. And there you have it. Proof straight from the mouths of real business owners, real copywriters, real CMOs, and what the real actual data is saying right now. Not all human copywriters are being replaced. The ones who take the time to level up their skills, their marketing strategy, their creativity are about to have the best season of their careers. So, what do you think of this conversation? I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. Before you go, if you liked that video, make sure to check out this one next. Okay, writers, listen up. We need to talk about AI, but not in the way you might be expecting. There seems to be two common views floating around the internet when it comes to AI and the future. There's the pessimistic view, gloom, doom, humans replaced,